1512th June. This is one of those cases where I should have been back sooner. Because holy cow. Yeah, let's show you. Let's just talk. Let's just show you. This is the battle at Bartenstein, and yeah, it's exactly as messy as it looks. I eventually decided that the only way I could deal with it was to pull it over here and resolve the battle over here. So what happened? Napoleon and Benningsen sat across from each other. Benningsen up here at Eylau and Napoleon down here at Bartenstein. Napoleon trying to get everybody together because remember, he's got guys, we'll show them in a second, he's got guys coming from a long way away and he's hoping to get them back up here where now that he's found the bulk of the Russian army, he wants to meet them here and fight them here. So he's calling for them, trying to get a little time. Benningsen has been trying to advance, but the problem is these Russian units are so insanely slow. That is the nature of the beast. But he finally did manage an attack. He sent these units right here, these Prussians. They're under Lestock, who I actually have incorrectly up here. Lestock should actually be down there. He's got Lestock down there, but the problem is, if you look at the battle this way, the first group that went in on the Prussian left, they did okay, but as you can see, they were outnumbered. The middle group, standstill. But on the left, oh my goodness, they bumped into the Imperial Guard, Lefebvre. And it was, forgive me, I think it's actually Oudinot. Yeah, it's, nope, it is Lefebvre. I was right, yay, first time. They bumped into the Imperial Guard and Lefebvre. And the first thing they did was punch out Kamensky's guys. They sent in Somov, and he was shattered as well. Kamensky's got a little morale. Somov has none. So you've got a very, very bad situation. This prompted Lestock to order a withdrawal back here to Eylau. The problem is Benningsen has ordered an advance in support down this way. These troops, Osterman, have just met these troops, Lvov, coming at each other. So this is frozen in place. Meanwhile, Napoleon is doing exactly what he said he was going to do, punch the Allies in the face and withdraw. He is now withdrawing down this way. He's got these fellas, these are Ney's troops, forming a blocking action here at this river south of Bartenstein. They're hoping to screen as this advance now starts to come. This is the first group, the Artillery Reserve and Dombrovsky are starting to come off from Mortier's corps, and they're going to make their way, hopefully, I imagine, down to Bischofstein. It'll be remembered that we lost Murat as a player, so I've been botting him, and I've been trying to come up with reasonable things for him to do. And so what I said was, gosh, you have Bagration coming from Gorganau down this way. He sees these guys holding Schippenbeil, which is what first Murat and with there we go, Murat's over here, with Bessières and Murat doing, and now Murat has shifted over to the right, guarding the flank of Napoleon at Bartenstein. This left Bagration to say, well, let me go push this way. I said, okay, but then you're going to be attacking Schippenbeil, and it's a river, and that's bad. So he's got Platov's Cossacks screening them, and I decided Bessières wouldn't take the opportunity to attack. He's observing. Meanwhile, he's got Constantine approaching this way, hoping to advance to help out at Bartenstein. The problem is they're so slow and so big. Constantine's division is 22 kilometers long. This is 10. The only reason he was allowed to do this is because they were deployed. So he's got to wait forever to get anybody else in. So he'll be forced to send in just Constantine if he wants to attack. There is no way he's going to be able to get far enough along to get Labanov in today before dark. So that's just not going to happen. So he's going to have a difficult choice. Meanwhile, Bessières, as I said, he's marching over this way, and I actually rolled this before I knew Napoleon was going to try to set up this little branching action here south of this river. He said he's going to come right here and hope to sit here in sort of a parking lot. That's what I thought it would be, and see if he could be useful. So that's what he's doing. So a huge thing going on here. Interestingly enough, under the system in Le Val de l'Aigle, there weren't many casualties, huge morale losses that are going to be very difficult for these guys here to recover from. But nothing so much in terms of men. Really, it's only a few cavalry casualties that have hit them. So there we have this. Meanwhile, we have our stragglers. Sue has been doing his absolute best to march from this position. Remember, they were way down here. And so he's been marching for days trying to come up and assist. He's bumped into Davout. Now, we have also lost contact with Davout. That makes me sad. So instead, I've been botting Davout in the most reasonable way I could. I decided he would no longer want to sit here and just watch Prince Tolstoy here at this town. He decided, I'm going to go up this way, and I'm going to see if I can help, just like the other ones. His cavalry is searching ahead. They're at Kolno, and he's got his other men coming this, and his other men are already in advance. What was Marolad doing? Marolad will be remembered was here because they were being ghosted by Volkonsky, this little detachment of horse from Volkonsky. That troop is not giving up the ship. They are going to stay shadowing after, at least, I think, till Kolno. These are the troops for Prince Tolstoy, which he's thinking, well, I got to do something, so I might as well march this way. Now, he's also terribly slow, like the rest of the Russians. But I decided Davout would pull off Gudin's troops and leave them here to guard this crossroad. They'll find each other tomorrow, and we'll see. I imagine Tolstoy will attack, we'll see, but it won't really have much consequence because the only thing that they can really do is make their way down here, which would cut the French supply lines. We also do have the bravely marching Kazan, who was way down here once upon a time and has only now made himself all the way up here. It amuses because Massena, who is here, has been looking for him and just wondering how close he might happen to be. Massena has let his men rest here at Ortelsburg for the day after a whole lot of marching. I forget how much they put on. They've been resting all day, so this will go quite well for them. Doreda has 5, so that he won't be able to get all his fatigue back, but Montbrun will, so that'll be good. So these fellows are marching. I don't know how close they're going to be able to get. Remember, the battle only runs till the end of June 14th. June 14th. So we've only got, 2.5 days left? So it's getting towards the end. I thought this would be a bigger conflagration. But as so often happens in a war game as opposed to war, well, actually, I think it is pretty realistic. Neither side wants a disadvantaged fight. And in this game, you can get out of those. You can get out of a disadvantaged fight. And so at 1 minute, Napoleon was at a disadvantage and withdrew. And next, the Allies were at an incredible disadvantage and they withdrew. We'll see. I don't know. But that's what makes it fun. It is 1500 hours, June 12th, 1807.